Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles video. Except for this is going to be a little different. I'm going to try something different here, just to you know show you guys options on trucks and building them. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick one truck and we're going to build it two different ways. So we're going to go in like we're just starting out and we don't have a whole lot of money, and we're going to buy a truck and outfit it in a way that sort of makes sense for somebody on a budget. And oh, there goes Slim. And we'll build it, we'll outfit it, we'll check it out, and then we'll go ahead and do a little test drive with it. And then we're going to go ahead and build a truck as if cost was no object, and we're going to build it you know, pretty fancy, and we'll option it out. And I don't have the most extravagant or wildest taste when it comes to building a truck, so if they're a little mundane or whatever, let me know. But this will be the first in the series. And there's a whole bunch of trucks we could start with, but we're not starting with this one. This is a paid truck, so we're going to start with the you know, what you can get out there. And I thought a good one would be the most popular truck download ever on Steam, and I believe that's the Overfloater K100E. So we're going to start with a K100. We're going to build it two different ways, and let's start with the you know, we're going in on a budget, and let's see what we can buy. So we'll jump out of here, we'll go to truck dealers, and we're going to access a mod dealer, and we're going to go for Kenworth. You got to look here and see what's on this page, and we're going to go. I don't think I would take the 4x2 as the first truck anyway, because in this one comes with the Aerodyne cab, and it's more expensive anyway than the standard. With now this one is probably a, oh, it says it's a 6x4, so we got two drivers, so that's pretty darn good. So for $19,000 less, and we're getting two driving axles, so that makes sense. Let's grab this one, and we're going to customize it. And I think we're going to go with the default cab, because I think upgrading the cab is, yeah, it's quite a bit of money. So we'll stick with what we got. In the chassis department, let's see what we can do in here. This is interesting. So 6x4B is $500 more. And that gives us this little guy here. And for the same price, we can get this with more fuel capacity. And for the same money, let's see what any other differences. I think it's just chassis length and fuel. Well, for the same money, I would go with this. And we notice that these this truck and the first three we're looking at, or the three in the corners, not the one in the upper right, have the setback front axle, but that's the way it's going to be. It costs a lot of money to get that other one. So we'll do that. Let's look at an engine now. Now, I got to say straight up, I really am a Z-Mod engine fan, and the sound effects, like the whole, because the package, it introduces a whole lot of good sounds for a small fee. And I think that's going to be the only pay mod we're going to have in any of these videos for now, until we get to paid trucks. So let's look at an engine, and we're going to have a whole bunch of Z-Mod options in here, but we got to keep it real. And also, what was, you know, what would we've gotten in that truck back in the day? I got on, you know, C16, 15s, they weren't out. These ISXs, they weren't a thing. 8V92 probably was, and let's look at the price of them. 480, 21,000. But these trucks most commonly would have come with a 3406 cat. Yeah, and it's a lot less expensive. There's a 500 horse. That's a bit much for back in the day. Let's see if we got a 4 1/4 here. Should have. There. 8,000. Well, that's That's a no-brainer. And back when I was driving, you know, if somebody had a 4 1/4 cat, man, they were styling. That was something else. Big power. So, and that's about the cheapest option on here. So that's really good. Now for transmissions, uh, I think, well, it's defaulting to a 13 speed, and I think that's a good choice. Considering, you know, we're going to want to get out there and put that 4 1/4 to work and do something with it. This 10 speed, it's, you know, it's $760 less, and not a good choice because look at the final drive ratio was 285, and it's 1-to-1. So we'd be struggling to get that thing into 10th gear and leave it there on the highway. It's got a low first gear, but you've only got 10. So this is a big jump between gears. That wouldn't be a fun transmission at all. The 13 speed for only $760 more is 1290 first gear, which is a little tall, but a 355 ratio, and it's got overdrive. So that's a no-brainer. That's the transmission we're going to take. Let's see, what else can we do? Interior, we got two. So it's already giving us this one for 500, so I don't think that's 500 more. Let's see what the difference is. I don't know. Don't know how much that would cheer me up, or I would never even notice it. Oh, I think we just go like that to just keep a lid on it. And what do we get for a stock paint job? So this is 3,500. These are all 3,500. 3,500. So we've already paid for it. Let's see if we clicked. Oh, but it's already on the truck. So that must mean it's already been paid for. Let's see if the price drops with a solid color. Yeah, but it's kind of boring. Let's see if we go for one of these paint jobs. Well, we might be able to turn this into something other than pink. So let's change the stripe to gold. We'll move into kind of a gold color. See which one we're moving here. That's the lower color. What would we do with that? We could make that. Oh boy, that's ugly. Let's make it a deepish red. The white can stay white, and this pink could go to a red as well. Let's see what happens when we move it into red. Yeah, that's not terrible. Oh, what can we do with the white, if anything? Oh, that looks better. Okay, we'll call that our paint job. So we kind of splurged on that because that was, what was the other thing? The solid colors are 700. So that's at $2,800. But I mean, how can you get a paint job for 2,800 bucks? That's more like 10,000 or 15,000. So we'll go with it. Now, where are we? Exterior accessories, and we got to go easy here because you could really ramp it up quick. And so we'll try and be reasonable. We're going to stay with the wheels it came with just because that adds a fair bit of money fairly quickly. And let's see, well, I think we're probably going to be climbing from here over onto here and jumping around the corner here. So we're going to put a heat shield on the exhaust. Although I still don't see how you get up on the deck there. We'll leave it like that. It comes with lights and dual horns and everything. Nice mirrors, reverse lights, twice pipes, and intake. That's all nice. I don't think we need to change much. How much is the visor? Let's just see. $800 for a fancier one. That doesn't change it much. Yeah, we'll go with the stock. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. We got not a lot of money in this truck. Got a little bit longer chassis than they were offering up front, and it's looking good. I wonder if we should price out some beacons. 500 for a single and 1,000. How much would it cost you to go buy those and put them on? That's what I did with mine. I bought really good ones, but I can't remember what they cost. I don't think he would do it for $1,000. And then it's your time too. Takes a little while, wire it all in, take the headliner out, run the wiring, get them mounted, and time's money, so we'll buy them. Yeah, we're not going to go put them in ourselves. If I had it to do again, I would have ordered them on the truck too, because I needed them right away. Like, I mean, I had a job coming up on the Monday or something, and I had to put them in on the weekend. I could have been doing something else. Okay, so now that's the exterior. We got ourselves a decent truck coming along here. And, well, let's see what aero would cost if we wanted to add some aero. $1,000. Yeah, we're mostly doing flat deck and hauling, starting out, maybe a few whatever loads we can get, other people's trailers. I don't think we're going to splurge on aero just yet. What do we got down here? Side skirts. I'm not going to mess with any of that. Front mud flaps. 150, 90 for. Oh, I don't think we need them. Let's jump inside, see if there's anything we can do in here. Let's see if there's any no cost. So let's check the panel. We're already paying 50, so if we switch panels, no change. Well, I think that's a little easier on the eye. And I don't think we're going to add anything back here. What's in here? Oh, yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. And we've got our GPS, although I got to run that little mod and get that thing working. Kind of nice to have a CB radio. I think they have CBs down here. How much? Wow, it's a lot of money. Ooh. Huh. Well, I guess this would be down to, are we working for somebody else and using their radio? Or do we need our own? I'd say we're buying this truck because we have a contract with somebody, and we're going to lease our truck to them. They supply their two-way radio to their dispatcher, so we would end up with a two-way radio here. It comes from the company we're going to work for, because you know, we're not taking a flyer on it out there trying to get our own business. Good way to start out is lease yourself to somebody. They'll make enough money to make your truck payments and do your maintenance and hopefully save a little. All right, so here we got our truck. That's pretty darn good. 52,000. And we're going to take that. We're going to purchase it for 52,000. And where should we deliver the new truck? Well, let's deliver it to Missoula. And oh, there we go. Thank you for your purchase. Would have been nice to see the option to hop in it and drive it, but I guess we'll just go driver manager, player, locate. We'll hop in our truck. See what we got. Okay, there it is. Our pride and joy. Let's see what we think of it. Oh boy. Okay, first thing we're going to do is do something about the seating position. Let's get that seat down. Get the head angle up a bit. Bring the seat back a little. Bring the steering wheel down a bit. And we'll just do a real quick adjustment. Mirrors, we won't do the little ones. Oh, we didn't even get little ones. We're saving money. Oh, we got a little one on that side. Isn't that curious? Normally, well, here, I might as well do it. What I do with these all the time is I put them all the way out, as far as I can get them to go. And then I put them down as far as I can get them so I can catch anything in the blind spot there. That's all we can get out of it. So that'll be our blind spot taken care of. Maybe this one needs to go out just a bit. Oops. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a little better. All right. So there we go. And I've changed this. I believe I've already set to 13 speed, but we'll check. Make sure we're in 13. Yep. Now, see what this thing's all about. And I am running the, let's see, what transmission? Oh, I don't think we have the cast add-on working on this truck. No, we don't. So we're using the 13 speed that comes with it, but we do have Z-Mod's Kenworth interior pack running. So, well, let's we'll take her up the road to the truck stop. So 13 speed, so you just got the 5 lower gears, and you get her into upper range, high range, and you can split. I'll get the headlights on. This truck's pretty frame friendly. We'll have to compare that to the second truck when we do this thing. I'll gussy it up, see if it changes the more difficult for the program to draw the truck or not. We'll see. So that was SAMMONS Trucking, by the way, one of Recon's early mods for Montana. He worked under there for quite a few years. He had I guess several trucks on there over the years. Okay, let's have a look. See what we've got. Let's turn right into the suicide lane here. Alright, now we're in high range. We can start splitting gears. So 135 going up the hill. Down to 130. Some more stuff comes in. Yeah, so we get up to the truck stop, we'll weigh the truck. Man, I forgot to record, we paid 50, shoot, I should have written that down, I think it was 53,000. I'll have to go back and look. Some frames up here. So we'll pull into the truck stop up here. We'll give the truck a little way in. I'm going to pause when I get there and go get a little notepad so I can write down what's going on with the weight before we go on the scale. I'm just going to pause for a sec. Okay, so I got my notepad here. So what we'll do is we'll run up there on the scale and we'll see what our truck weighs compared to what we're going to end up with our fancy one. All right. Let's get the old pad ready. 21,268. Okay. Write that down here. And unfortunately, I didn't get the exact price, but for now, I'm pretty sure it was 53,000. Maybe it's 52 something, but I'll write 53. Okay. Well, there we have it. Let's have one more little look outside this little beauty. This is what we built for, oh, turn those lights off, for around 53,000 bucks, which is insanely cheap. Like, yeah, that's just crazy. Like back in the day, that thing would have cost quite a bit more than that. Heck, my little, and I factory ordered that second Louisville I ordered, or owned, and well, it took an afternoon and it came out at, and this was 1994, it was, just around $60,000. But I did order it specifically for doing hot shots, and there was a lot on it that was, you know, I ordered a tandem chassis on a single axle deck truck, and so it had deep frame rails, 3/8 wall, and because I had the longest wheelbase you can get without having a permit is on those would be 250 inches. And what that did is allowed me to fully load the front axle, and I could, you know, max the truck out, because if you see a deck truck with the rear axle most of the way towards the middle of the deck, you can't load the front end. And so if you get the wheelbase right and the deck length right, and you completely load the deck with, say, barrels of oil or whatever, a nice even distributed load, you can max out both axles. And then when you get big loads, like a big, you know, these 450 horsepower electric engines, they're really big, and they max your truck out pretty much, but you can put them in the right place on the deck to not go overweight on your rear axle and get enough weight on the front. Anyway, I digress. So, yeah, that's insanely cheap. But anyway, what we'll do is we're going to go and buy a fancy version of this truck and see what that is. It'll take a little longer because we're going to put more options on it. So let's do that. Let's go truck dealers, mod dealer, go Kenworth, and this time we're going to go for the VIT because it's different. It's got the different chassis, and it's going to allow us to do the extended chassis. And so let's customize this one. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and stretch it out. And I don't think there's going to be a cost associated with that. So let's, gotta remember how to do it again. We go into the interior, choose, well, we can put either of these up here, but we'll put this. And then we go to paint. And there should be an option for gray paint now, right there. Back to the interior. We're going to select the steering wheel, and there'll be a Volvo one here. I go back to paint, and now, ta-da, the Clown Car 3000. There we are. I don't think, oh, that cost $700, man. That's well spent. Okay, so now we got this. Now we can go ahead and start building. Don't want to touch the chassis. Don't go back here if you've stretched it, because anything you select is gonna, you have to go back and do the whole clown car thing again. And this time out, we can spend a little money on the engine. Let's see, what do we want? Wow, that's $75,000. So C15 6NZ, 6NZ. Pretty nice motor, and this is my souped up version. There'll be one even more powerful, but that's kind of extreme. You wouldn't have ordered that from the factory back then, but maybe if we stuck with a 3406 and see what the big one is. 17.5, it's the same as the other. No, the other one was 9,000. Or 8 or 9. Yeah, we'll do this. That's more in keeping with what you would have bought for this truck. We're definitely going 18 speed. So let's scoot down to the bottom where the ones I like are. I got that one. Let's see. 336. Let's try that. And I know you didn't get a retarder on them usually, but I select it for, it's really nice because it controls the speed really well. And let's do that. And what else we got? Interior. Now I've got to think about this. That's kind of boring. Well, it's a little more lively, but still kind of subdued. You don't want to have a lot of bright reflections on the inside of your windows from a bright interior. I think we go with the, you know, I could live with that personally. Paint job now. Here we go. Let's see what we got. So, what about a custom paint job? How much is it? $1. Oh yeah, that's right. Overfloater K100. Why is that? I thought I put that up on Steam. And there should be, surprises there's no night moves in here. That's up on Steam too. Man, I'm not even subscribing to my own skins. Crazy. Let's try this. Kind of custom and cool. The only downside to this paint job, it doesn't look good with the marker lights on. Yeah, I think we'll go with something else. Let's do like we're working at SAMMONS. There we go. SAMMONS, Missoula, Montana. That's where we are. Yeah, let's do that. And now, what else are we going to do to it? First thing we're going to do, change the visor. And if you guys wanted to know, this is where you can change the if you've got a paint job and these chrome things are messing up the paint job, this is where you change it. You select the windshield trim, and you can see there's no visor or no vent in here. If you select that one, it paints those vents. So if you got a painted paint job like the Black Swan, the Swan would be right in here, its head or something, and you'd go ahead and chop its head off with chrome. That's how you get rid of that with this truck. And if you want black window trim and the those things chrome, you select that one. If you like the black trim, if you like the chrome trim, those painted, or chrome trim and chrome vents. But I always like the painted vents. I think it looks less, I don't know, tacked on. When you make these vents chrome, they look like they're kind of an add-on feature. as opposed to part of the truck. Just my view, but. So what else do we got here? The lights, let's see. Yeah, we'll splurge a couple hundred. I like these markers a lot more. And the horns, what can we do with them? Not much, they're the fancy ones to start with. So no change there. Mirrors, we got the option for 2 small mirrors. So this was the option that we had on the last truck. I guess it came by default. I missed that. So now for front bumper, I kind of like this bumper. It's not a whole lot extra. What do we got for bumper mud flaps? We're going to put them on this time. And that pretty much completes the front end. Oh, we could add a few grill bars. And we'll put a winter cover on it, as it is winter. Oh, it's warning us about the bars. Maybe they have to go. That's not the end of the world. Let's see, that, I think you want one with a hole in the middle if you got a turbo, because with this, you've got to get air to your air-to-air aftercooler or intercooler, and you can't block it right off. So if you see a truck going down the road with a winter front and it's blocked right off, it probably doesn't have a turbo. And if you got an opening in it like this, you got to have the opening for the air-to-air aftercooler, which is in that stack of radiators, like your air conditioning radiator, your aftercooler, your main radiator, any other coolers you have. Okay, so now let's move on here. What's this? Middle mud flaps. That's that one in front of the battery box. We'll leave that. And air tanks. Now here's where we can get fancy. Let's put on some cool wheels and tires. Put on the where's that one that looks good on the front of this truck? The heavy one. Yeah, it looks good. Dome cap. We'll go with billet nuts. Very cool. What else can we do along the way here? I wonder if we can select a smaller. It's $10 more, but I think they look better than the Tiger Eye. Because these are the ones they call Tiger Eyes because they have the round. If you look at them up close, the plastic has got round circles here, and there's 2 lights in them, and they look like a couple eyes looking at you. So we'll run around the other side and do that. All right, there we go. We're getting there on the cab. Definitely the beacons, no doubt about it. I don't see any other options here. Antennas are automatic. Let's see, arrow. Oh, yeah, we're going to put that down because we're probably going to be hauling flat deck. We'll put these extenders on here. Nice look. We got a ladder here. That's nice. Once again, we'll go with these light chrome 1. Oh, missed it. And there is an option probably to put black, the rubber on there. How much is it? 20 bucks. Oh, I guess that's okay. What else now? The rack. Dual intel. We'll just leave that way it is. Shield. We don't. They are shielded, so we'll leave those off because the arrow's there. Now we're doing flat deck, so I like that one, flat deck. Just dump it over the side of the shield. The intakes are fine short. Like we would ramp all this up if we were doing reefers. Long stacks, long intake, and we would probably put the we would have the deflector up, but okay. The fenders are pretty nice. Let's put the wheels and tires on first. So we're looking for that one. I always use the gloss hub and then paint it truck color. And for the hub, I like to use the dome chrome on the back. That's Smarties, I think. And, oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we could do that. Let's see what we got for the billet nuts from the retro wheel pack. It's kind of a cool look because the retro hubs have the full cover. It covers the whole deal. I'm not a big fan of those. I don't know. And this way too, you're going to see if you've got a leaking axle, like where the axle bolts onto the hub right here behind that cap. You're going to see, or I'll show you in just a sec. Let's grab this side. And with retro, you got to remember, do the tire first and then the wheel. You can't do it the other way around, which is kind of weird. So if we look at this, we put, see this hub? See that circle of bolts? That's the axle. So this is a flange and the axle's on it. And so you can pull the axle out of the truck with the thing just sitting there on the wheel bearings, because the wheel bearings are inside this hub, not the cover. This is the axle, and you unbolt that and you can pull the axle out and change the gasket here if you need to. And it's kind of handy if you got to pull a differential center section out. Now you've got to undo all the bolts around this thing and pull that diff out. Drop the drive shaft, take that circle of bolts out, just unbolt these bolts and slide the axles out, you know, a foot, and leave them hanging there if you want. And then you can pull this thing out because the axles are no longer engaged in there. And you haven't messed with the wheels, like taking the hubs off, the brakes. You don't have to touch any of that. It's kind of a nice feature. And you see this on 3/4 ton pickup trucks and up. That's a good thing. So anyway, we got that hub. And we'll do the little dome chrome from Smarty. Billet from Retro. Looks pretty good. Now we don't need these mud flaps with those fenders. So what do? Can you just get rid of them? No. Rear bumper. Oh, it still leaves us a bumper and mud flaps. Well, that's kind of a weird thing. Huh. Well, I guess we go with that. Let's see what the other, yeah, we're paying, yeah, and this is what we had on the cheapo deluxe, so 120 versus 625. I don't really mind the double fenders too much, but they got a sharp radius on them. But that doesn't look terrible. I got like a little rounder here, but yeah, it's just me. Let's go with that. And what can we do with cables? Trailer, anything? Doesn't look like it. I do have a mod. I guess I don't have it installed where you can have under cables for this truck. It's a freebie on Steam. So we've been through all that. Time to look inside. All right, so first thing we're going to do is do the steering wheel. I kind of like this one because it uncovers a few more gauges and you're not really hiding anything in the middle when you're cruising down the road. And I kind of like this wood grain. And let's see what I've got up here. SAMMONS fresheners. I'll put one of them in. What do we have here? That's the visor. That's just that guy. We have that one here. What else do we have? Cabin accessories. I'm kind of curious why all the sisal stuff isn't showing up that usually does. Oh, there we go. Got to put the old hula doll on there. There we go. Now it's home. Yeah, and that the way that all started out was John Ruta's 362. We'll explain that at some point, and we will do that truck at with one of these series. We could add this side mirror on there. I don't usually add them, but I think we're trying to jack the price of this thing up a little bit. I don't know what it's going to take to get it over 70,000. Or sorry, new total. Original was 92. Look at that. New total 69. What is going on? How did we take money off? Oh my word. That is weird. What do we got here? Fuel consumption chart. Trial expense. Yeah, I didn't usually calculator. That was always kind of handy. Have that. Oh, I guess that's going to do it. I guess as far as we're going to get with adding to the expenses. And red button, 13 speed. I believe red is 13. Let me think now. Gray is 18. What is a 15? I don't know. But red, I'm sure, is 13 speed. But we don't get to change that. But we did put an 18 in, so we have to remember to go change the transmission before we drive it. Okay, let's go back outside here before we clear all the dots off and see what we got. Yeah, that's a good looking truck. Oh, we took the, we didn't mean to take the, I didn't mean to take the arrow kit off. Oh, that's what's happened. When I selected that, there we go, we got it back. And then we'll put the position down. Yeah. When I selected the arrow kit, I just changed to just the side bits. Okay, that's the way we wanted it. Mystery solved. Good enough. Let's check it out, see what it looks like in the flesh. So there it is. Let's purchase it. Put in Missoula. That spot. Now, let's go to Driver Manager. Relocate them on into the truck. Options, controls. 18 speed. Oh, we're styling. Let's drive this puppy. Oh, we gotta do the seat thing right away. Yeah, stark contrast to the other one. Let's adjust the seats. Just get it where we can see a few gauges. I kind of messes up that boost gauge. Boost gauge is right here. I think I'll leave it right there and you can kind of see, interpret where the needle is maybe. See what it's like when we're actually sitting in the truck. Can't go any lower in the seat. Mirrors. Small left, get them all the way out. All the way down. Doesn't add a lot more that you can't see with this mirror. Right side. This one's a big help, the little mirror on the right. I use it a lot. Especially when you're in traffic and you don't have a trailer on. My finger's going wacky. Come on. Trying to do these rapid clicks. Alright, we're good. Turn this thing off because we know where we're going. Should be full of fuel. You can't go any lower in the seat. It seems a little high to me for but anyway, there we are. Turn on the lights. Now we were driving inside. We got to remember we hit the middle of the hill on the way up at 135 frames and went down to like 120s at the light, and then it climbed back up going across the bridge to 155 or 160. So we'll get a handle on whether it is harder to draw this truck for the computer. Yeah, I gotta get some time and look at that mod issue. That mod to get the GPS to work in here. Well, we're good up here. Wow. And 127, 130 right here. I think it was about 5 frames higher. Oh, we have extra mirrors. We have one extra mirror. And we got that mirror up there. I don't think we'll get an accurate frame count going across the bridge here because the more traffic this time. Last time we went across here at 155 or 160 and there was no traffic other than us. So I think it's taking about a 5. This truck has taken at least a 5 frame hit over the other one. Because of the extra complexities of the mirrors, 2 mirrors, it makes a difference. Alright, well let's see what we got for weight here. Okay, you ready? Write it down. 22,876. 22,876. Well, quick calculation shows me that that's about 1,600 pounds, 1,608 pounds heavier. And yeah, that sort of fits with the length of the axle or the chassis, extra material in there. Yeah. So I did have the lights on, okay. But there we have it. Two different trucks, one truck, two different builds, and yeah, we'll see if you guys enjoyed that. I can always do more of them. It's kind of fun to just see the different ways you can configure these things, and then what I'll do is I'll do a composite photo and include that in the video at some point. Maybe I'll put it right at the end here, where you know, we can be just looking at the photo of both trucks and just look at the differences for a second, and then we'll be on our way. So, as always, guys, appreciate you following along, and hope you found this, you know, maybe even informative. Who knows? But I will try, and each truck we do, I'll try and see what the potential engine options were for that truck, and we'll try and sort of stay within those parameters, so we're not going totally wild and putting inappropriate engines in the trucks, and try and keep it a little bit sane. But if there's any trucks you want to see this done with, certainly comment in the comments. And as always, take care, be safe out there, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.